Hello folks, and welcome back to our playthrough in this solo roleplay series for Fallout 76. So we started the last episode showing off Adrian Rowan, and in this one Adrian has pretty much ventured on to Morgantown. I figure a couple weeks have passed since he left the vault, so if we zoom into his face here you can see that he's gained a little bit of facial hair. Not much else has changed though, so let's continue on. There is a mission from the responders about feed the people, search the factory for ingredients. I think we'll try to do that first. See how we do. It might go horribly wrong, but figure it'll at least give us an opportunity to try to do a little something here. Now the good thing about doing missions is it generally does provide you with recipes or plans to craft new things. Pickle Mike says I want a rematch one day. I defeated him in a 1 versus 1 match fist fight just a few minutes before we started the stream here. Alright, Mama Dolce's food processing. Now I figure I'm actually going to do this mostly in third person, and one thing I noticed about third person is you'll notice that you actually get a little, when you zoom in, you have a little dot to focus on, so it might actually work out a little better. Oh dear. When you're doing combat here than perhaps normal, so I'm going to try doing third person here. Since this is a role-playing series after all, I figure it might be a little bit more immersive to do this in third person. At least theoretically, anyways. Alright. Any more protectrons in here? We've got dried vegetable mix. We need to get some of that. Pickle Mike says that works for close range, not so much for long range. Okay. Hey, this robot's coming to our rescue, kind of. Hey there, Omar. How's it going? Alright, so we have field report, Mama Dolce's food processing. Let's play it here.
Responders field report, Sanjay Kumar speaking. Recon mission to Mama Dolce's food processing plant nearly complete.
Not so loud, Mr. Sanjay. I can hear more of those little robots with red stars walking around nearby.
If the robots are a concern, go and deal with them. You're supposed to be my security escort, aren't you? As I was saying, recon mission wrapping up now. What I've found here is very promising. There's a good chance I can get these machines operational.
Where are all these robots coming from?
Oh dear.
What are y'all doing here? Get out of here.
Pull yourself together, man. I swear. I've ever met. Where was I? I recommend investigate the possibility of restoring this facility to full operational status. This concludes my report.
Whew. Omar says, doing alright. How about you? Not bad. Happy that I am going into my weekend. It's been a long day. It's been a long week at work. Just a lot of days in high limits. Because yet again, I had another day in high limits. A propaganda flyer. Rebuilding the future for a broken nation. Interesting. Alright, we gotta find more vegetable mix and all that around here. And I kind of turned down the graphic settings. Unfortunately, it looks like there's still hoping that they would perhaps, you know, fix some of the issues that are going on with the frame rate, but apparently not so much. Canned dog food, we'll grab it. We have a safe here, has a raider chest piece, silver pocket watch, and pre-war money. I guess we'll grab it, if only to scrap it. Pickle Mike says, people are saying that we're coming close to another Great Depression. It's hard to say. The reason I will say that it's hard to say whether or not Omar, it was in third person, kind of trying to provide a more interesting experience. I don't know if it's necessarily working as much as I necessarily wanted it to, though. Try to provide a more cinematic experience. Alright, I need to heal a little here. Let's go drop off some of these other things we've picked up here. Yeah, so Pickle Mike, go into what you were saying. Do I trust banks? I do trust banks, because pretty much if it gets to the point that we can't trust banks anymore, we have a lot. I mean, it's kind of like not trusting the dollar and putting all your money into gold or whatever. If the dollar goes down, just like if the banks, you know, fail, we're gonna have a lot worse issues. I mean, it's gonna be a bad time for everyone if we can't rely on banks or the dollar anymore. God, they just keep coming. Alright, there's some containers over here. Diced vegetables, diced vegetables. Yeah, as far as the question as to whether or not we're going to have another Great Depression show up, I mean, there have been a lot of things like the Fed and that have been implemented to try and prevent anything like that happening again. You know, because the Great Depression, you know, you had. And we did kind of come close in 2008 because a lot of banks went back to, they just weren't lending money, which was causing all manner of issues for people, you know, businesses, etc. Trying to get money for their business, trying to get money for housing, that sort of thing. All right. That one is done. 2 is done. Now we just need more of those soy chunks. Grab the alarm clock. We'll grab the snack cakes. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, I would say Barb the Walking King mod, sure. Pickle Mike says, I don't know why we print money that we can't back up with gold. So see, the problem with backing up money with gold is you restrict the extent of your monetary supply, which means that, you know, money becomes kind of like a rare commodity. Which means that when, like, people are saving, for example, all of that money kind of just doesn't go out and go into people, you know, using it for business, that sort of thing. So you end up with like a restricted monetary supply, and that's good for like the value of that money, because, you know, money's a rare thing then. The problem, though, is that makes depressions and all that much easier. Now, the problem of having, you know, a looser money supply is you can potentially get into inflation and that sort of thing. But inflation itself isn't necessarily a bad thing when it comes to an economy. It's runaway inflation, that is. That's the kind of thing that has hit, like, I want to say, like Zimbabwe and, you know, the German Republic before World War II, when money doesn't have any value. And it all depends on, you know, who hurts or is helped by the money supply. Pick Mike says, what types of inflation are there? Well, I mean, it's really... Inflation is all one kind of thing in that... Oh, trying to find these darn things. You bastard cummies. Hold on. I'm trying to kill these cummy bastards. Anyways, so inflation, there's really only one type of inflation. And, you know, the bigger thing is how much inflation you have. So hyperinflation is pretty much when the inflation is kind of outstripping the money that people have or are making. Was that everything that we needed? No. Still need 2 more of those darn things. And now more liberators, of course. I don't suppose I can open this thing, can I? Yeah, if I had lockpicking. So, like, anyways, going back to the question of inflation. I mean, the way economics works right now is you kind of need a measure of inflation to just keep the economy growing. It's kind of what our economy has been set up for. Whether or not that's a good thing or not is a question up for debate. But if the economy doesn't keep growing, then you kind of end up in depression and that sort of thing. Which theoretically is something that could happen as the population continues to not grow as much. Oh, someone stole it. Is there anything in here? No, I think I'm way too far from where I'm supposed to be. So I think it's just solely inside this Mama Dolce's area that we find it, possibly. Pick Mike, I think you said, meant to say, topple a government by inflation. Pick Mike says, I saw a video with the title, running a Minecraft server like a communist. Oh, there they are. Of course, now I find it when I'm almost out of time. Grab. Oh no, that's vegetable mix. I don't need vegetable mix. No, bastards. I don't think I'm gonna complete this. Why did this thing go up in level? We're just like level 5. Whew. More propaganda flyers. Well, I'll go in here, but again, I don't think doing that will do anything. No, I don't want to give that to it. Event failed. Aww. I guess you gotta completely finish it. Alright, well, let's head for the Morgantown Airport then. At least I did get some experience for doing that mission, even though I didn't complete it. Alright, well, I guess we'll continue on then. Should probably continue healing up too. Alright, so now that I'm not in the middle of a battle there, yeah, capitalism, as it has set itself up today, kind of relies on growth, you know, especially the stock market. If a stock isn't growing, it's underperforming. Pick up my gas, your thoughts overall about, I think you meant to say 76 there. So about Fallout 76, I mean, there are still bugs, and so it's not quite at the point that I would recommend it to someone, but it's decent enough that I would definitely say, you know, check it out if you have the money for it. And it's definitely fun messing around with people. You know, we've had some fun and exciting experiences, if a little scary at times. Pickle Mike says it's extremely lonely if you don't have friends. Well, in a way, yes. Because you don't have NPCs or companions to talk to. So yeah, I can definitely see where you can get the sense that it's lonely. Now, I will say it kind of should be lonely though, because after all, this is the wasteland only 25 years after the bombs have fallen. So I think the lonely aspect kind of goes into the appeal of it, at least from a role-playing perspective. The Doberman forgot to do the dishes, ended up in the doghouse. Oh god, that's horrible. Pickle Mike says, you mean that time you made fought 3 scorched beasts at the same time? Yeah. Alright, what do I want to do? Let's do luck, I think. Let's see, we got Pharma. 40% chance to find extra first aid chems. You know what, we started the stuff with the ammo, so let's oh, made 3 scorched beasts mad at the same time. Yeah, I think we'll do another level of Scrounger here. Then we can put... Oh, we got the level 1 and level 2, so we can do the level 3. 80% chance to find extra ammo. Now, what else do we want to do? Intelligence or strength? You know what, let's do strength. So we have Slugger, Gladiator, Pack Rat. The weight of all junk items is reduced by 25%. Weight of all chems, including stim packs, reduced by 30%. I think we'll do Gladiator. I think we want to do more damage here. Alright, so we'll equip the Gladiator. And then first aid is done, so we need to equip, well, let's see. Gunrunner, when your running speed is increased by 10%, when you have a pistol equipped, we can do that. Scrounger will do. Pickle Mike says most perks are hardly noticeable. Definitely compared to, say, Fallout 4, for example, it is less noticeable. But I guess to an extent you kind of have to balance it out a little with everything. So take that as you will. Alright, so we're going to have Adrian here. He's going to sneak over here. Should probably whip out his, what was that, machete? Yeah. Oh, nice. Here? No, not here. Airport check-in kiosk. Do not touch. Please do not touch. Still working on system recovery. I don't want to have to start over from scratch. Miguel. Well, let's scrap all our junk. Also, one thing I will definitely mention. Pickle Mike says, wait, they can talk? Yes, they can talk. You haven't noticed that before? You're only a little behind there, Pickle Mike. Okay. Let's try and take him out here. Though I do really still hate how they hold the guns. That's just infuriating. So anyways, one thing that definitely helps out is if you are picking up a lot of junk, make sure that you are scrapping that junk before you put it into your stash. Otherwise, it's going to be like super heavy. Pickle Mike says I was too busy killing them. Oh. Alright, let's scrap a couple other things. Also, another thing to note is every time you scrap something, you sometimes have a chance at unlocking, like especially weapons or armor. You have a chance at unlocking various mods and that sort of thing. I think we'll hold on to this one. Now we'll do the top one. So for example, you can see we've unlocked several different barrels or that sort of thing for the pipe bolt action pistol. Or no, the pipe revolver. That's what we were doing. Pickle Mike asks, thoughts on CNN? Is it reliable? I would say it's relatively reliable. Does it have issues? Yes. Certainly, to some extent, it feels like CNN does try to go into the hype machine, but unfortunately, most cable news is that way nowadays. And they do that because cable news has gone so much into just focusing on, like, you know, the story that draws attention to get views and ratings and all that. Is it the best? If you had to go to a cable news source, would I say it's the best? I don't think I would say it's the best. I mean, MSNBC is pretty decent. From if you keep in mind that it comes generally, focus on the generally, from a liberal perspective. Now there are more conservative anchors on MSNBC, like Joe Scarborough, for example. You know, he was a Republican. Not anymore, because the Republican Party has pretty much gone absolutely insane. I mean, there are some good anchors on CNN, don't get me wrong. Like, Chris Cuomo is a pretty decent anchor. You know, he generally doesn't let people get away with just saying, you know, BS. He'll call them on it. Responder vendor, what do you have for me? Or what do I have for you? Not a whole lot that I could necessarily sell for good money. Hey, cream comes with well, it comes with a somewhat big disease chance there. Metal right arms, metal chest piece. Interesting. Oh, plans. Acoustic instruments, cushioned raider armor legs, hospital bed, pocketed leather armor chest. Oh, I wish I had money. So yeah, something to keep in mind is that these responder vendors, and probably other vendors that you'll find throughout the wasteland, have plans as well when you're looking for plans. Okay. Yeah, the best news source that I would say is probably something like Reuters. They're a pretty decent news source. AP is a decent news source because they're much more direct news sources. You're not necessarily going through a source that has done a source or that sort of thing. Pickle Mike says, for my final for English is about 2018 politics and what happened and what was the effects. So if you're looking for something on 2018 politics, certainly I would look at maybe some of the progressive canvassing and that sort of thing that was done throughout the country. Responders personal log.
It's been a few hours. I can hear them clawing at the door. I locked myself in a storage closet, but I don't think the door opens from the inside. It's okay. Everything is okay. Acute stress reaction, panic, and emotional distress. Breathe. Breathe. I would guess it's been 24 hours since the attack. The sound of combat has stopped. They're still outside. I have roughly 8 to 10 weeks. Provided source of fluids. Starvation onset within 10 days. Effects of psychological shock are ongoing, but repressed. I can worry about PTSD later. I believe it's been 3 days. 3 nights. Adrenaline has dissipated. I'm so thirsty. I'm so hungry. I still can't unlock the door. Must conserve strength. Using energy to bang on the door or yell has proven wasteful. A source of fluid nourishment has not been found. No one is coming.
Well, that was haunting.
My name is Maria Chavez, and I am about to die. Scorched have overrun our defenses. They're coming for us all. If you find this, please listen carefully. We were called the responders. After the bombs fell, we tried to help people. Maybe I can still help you. The terminal nearby, if it's still there, use it. Learn about the inoculation project. It might just save your life. Oh, shit! They're here! They're here! I'm out of time. Read the terminal. Learn about the Scorched. Remember us. And good luck.
Well, that is also haunting. And we found the Overseer's log. Let's see what she had to say about all this.
Overseer's log. Morgantown. I used to love coming here on weekends, taking flight lessons. Now it feels like I walked into a nightmare. Those scorched things are everywhere. I kept quiet. They didn't see me. I managed to observe them for a bit. Whatever this disease is, it seems to completely take over its host. The ones that used to be human, eventually they go rigid, like some kind of stasis. And if they stay like that for too long, they sort of burn up from the inside out. Vesuvius in reverse. I wondered what could possibly cause all this. And then I got my answer. It swooped down from the sky, screeching, breathing, infecting everything. I don't know how to fight this. But we need to consider all our options. Even the nukes. We find the source of this scorched plague and wipe it from the map before it can leave Appalachia. But first things first, we can't let the disease spread to us. Looks like the responders were developing some kind of inoculation. I'm going to pick up their work. You should too. This is the Overseer. Signing off.
It's interesting that the Overseer goes from wanting to destroy all the nukes to, after she sees the Scorched Beast, deciding that perhaps they should be used to defeat the Scorched Beast. Alright, dispense rations. Confirm. I got purified water and a noodle cup. What's this? Volunteers Advanced Training. Building camps. Volunteers are able to construct portable camps for incoming survivors, then responders are free to focus on their urgent medical needs. Responder Miguel Caldera provides new volunteers with materials used to fortify camps, as well as additional safety tips. Let's see. Fire Breathers Recruiting. I just wanted to remind everyone that the Fire Breathers unit is always looking for more manpower. If you think you've got what it takes to handle our toughest missions and take on the Scorched, then Melody and Madigan would love to meet you. Interesting. What about messages here? Dealing with the Brotherhood. Ooh. I've been a member of the Responders almost from the start. Like all of you, I've put my life on the line to save our lives, or save the lives of others, more times than I can remember. Our mission is important. That's why we can't let the Brotherhood of Steel push us around. Of course, we'll help anyone where we can, but you all know that our resources are limited. The Brotherhood's been making increasing demands for resources and supplies in the name of holding back the Scorched. Well, the Scorched aren't the only threat around here, and the Responders aren't looking to fight a war. We're healers, we're teachers, we're not soldiers. When the Brotherhood comes asking for your ammo, your stimpaks, your water, whatever it is, think carefully. Someone out there might need those supplies to survive. If they ask you to join their ranks because you've got skills they can use, remember that we need those skills just as much, maybe more. We don't have the benefit of power armor and heavy weapons. All we've got is training, knowledge, and courage. But that's been enough so far, and I hope we can keep it that way. I'm not saying the Brotherhood of Steel is our enemy. We're on the same side, but lately we're not really friends either. All I'm asking is that you stay focused on the mission, our mission, no matter what they might ask of you. Omar says, well, someone didn't see Newbies Fallout 4 live streams. What's this announcement? Some of you might have heard about Rachel already, but for those who don't know, she said goodbye to the Responders and joined the Brotherhood of Steel to work as a combat medic. We'll all miss her, and we wish her the best. In the meantime, the few medics we have left are working around the clock. We'll be starting the medical training program up again to help fill in the gaps. Please volunteer if you can spare the time. Oh yeah, Pickle Mike says, I think you can join more than one faction. I imagine you probably could. Because I imagine probably some of the stuff won't go against each other. Okay, I'm supposed to find out about the inoculation project. Oh, apparently it's outside. Okay. Oh dear. Flee from the scorched. Yeah, I imagine probably working with the responders doesn't necessarily go up against most of the other factions. Also thought I read somewhere. Picklelink says you can't join the Brotherhood of Steel if you join the Enclave? Is that who you're thinking of? Oh no, there is something in here that we have to do, I think. Hold on. Let me go to data here. Okay, no, we can go this way. Yeah, the Enclave, at least certainly in Brotherhood, or Fallout 2 and Fallout 3, are definitely don't get along with the Brotherhood of Steel, so I can definitely understand that, and I imagine probably here they don't get along either. Everyone's been stealing the fusion cores from around here. Event collision cores. Oh god. Oh god.
This is a top priority message. Radar has spotted an inbound cargo bot. We've got to secure the landing zone so we can make the drop. We need more supplies, but the cargo bot's going to attract attention, so get ready for a fight.
Omar says Bethesda can't do guns and hands at the same time. Maybe. I mean, they're fine with the melee weapons. And the pistols sort of work. But anything bigger than a pistol don't work with Scorched. And I think I hear a Scorched beast outside. Oh no. Alright, let's use some of this rat away here. Inoculation Project announcements. Folks, I've got some exciting news to share. As all of you know, Dr. Hudson has been continuing her research in the lab at AVR Medical. Well, she just reported in to let us know that she's made a significant breakthrough, and it looks like an inoculation against the Scorched Plague could soon become a reality. Let's all keep our fingers crossed and make sure to do everything we can to help Claire complete her work. Our very survival depends on it. Alright, well in the meantime, we have these Scorched to deal with. That we're going to attempt to deal with. Oh my god. And there is the Scorched beast. Fortunately, it's not attacking us, thankfully. Because if it was, we would be doomed. Doomed, I say. Doomed! Alright, let's see. That we can scrap. Pipe bolt action pistol. That will hold on to. That revolver will hold on to. I was definitely not going to shoot the Scorched beast there. Omar says how the dragon in Skyrim came about. They evolve after millions of years. Something like that. Alright, how are we supposed to do this when we're not seeing any more scorched waves showing up here? Oh wait, no, it's because they're over here. They've already spread out. Oh, they evolved from that flying thing? Ah, lag. Alright, let's go over here. And hopefully we can scrap some of this. Ooh! So apparently someone decided to dissect one of these scorched here. Pickle Mike says, I thought a god made the dragons from Skyrim. I think they're based off of Akatosh, kind of. Because I know Akatosh's, like, form is a dragon. Oh dear. Haha, that kind of worked. Alright, let's get over to this workbench here. Now, what do we have to scrap? We'll scrap any junk. We can scrap the pitchfork. Alright. Hopefully. Oh, a cooking spit. And a better 10mm pistol. Pickle Mike says, scrap yourself, newbie? I don't think that's quite possible. Alright, I guess let's try and take out more of these scorched over here. Oh god. Gotta love the shotgun. Pickle Mike says, do it. No, I can't scrap myself. Can't. Also, I have to try and keep Adrian here alive, because I decided, for the purpose of this whole roleplay series here, that whenever he is defeated, then I have to resort to giving him scars and all that. So if he gets defeated a lot, he'll have a whole lot of scars. Let's see, I have one more Molotov available here. That didn't work so well. Heal. Not planning to copy your scars there, Pickle Mike. let's equip that frag grenade here we have. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Is there someone else fighting here? Not that I see, so I don't know what the Scorched are firing at. Oh dear. Haha. Come on, Scorched, over here. Yoo-hoo. Alright, I think there's just one more wave of Scorched, and we'll have completed this little mission here. Pickle Mike says, shotgun to the head and survives. Yep, this is Fallout. Pretty much, pretty much. Well, there was the boss Scorched.
Situation. Law and order has been restored.
Hey, a responder protectron. Hey, we completed the event too. Nice.
Attention responders. Cargo bot is now on final approach. Eyes to the sky, people.
So we got a stim pack, some ammunition, and a plan for a... Hold on, let me take a look at that plan here. A pipe revolver critical 38 receiver. Interesting. Hunting rifle plans. Overall, not too bad. Pickle Mike asks, what does the crown mean? I have no idea what it means. So generally the crown means, or designates, a enemy that is like a boss, kind of, for an area. So generally, like, in that group there, you had all the Scorched, and the one with the crown was the boss of the group. Generally, the bosses have, I believe, more ammunition and damage, and then they also, like, sometimes have some better loot. Omar says those posers doing a good job. Those responders, yeah, they are posers. Because they really haven't done much for me, that's for sure. Portside Pub. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? What we should do next is, I thought I unlocked the little thing to find the guy that talks to you about doing camps and that sort of thing. Apparently I didn't. Oh dear. Retreat! Retreat! Oh, more protectrons. Alright, so I think we're probably close to the point that Adrian should build his first camp around here. Pickle Mike says, yes, get drunk during an apocalypse. I've seen worse ideas. Alright, so let's try and figure out a nice place to put a camp around here. We could go for a more urban sort of location, or attempt to anyways. Let's just see. So you can actually put a camp in the middle of the city here, it looks like. Or, well, okay, not exactly. Yeah, the general understanding, and I may have mentioned this in the previous episode, is wherever that green area goes into, if it hits something that's like a permanent object or whatever, then it can't do anything. But I could set up a camp like right here along the roadway. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. It may seem a little weird, and it's definitely out in the open. But I think Adrian's gonna think that perhaps he can maybe trust people around here. You know, he hasn't had that bad experience yet. Oh, come on. Let me do it. No, you bastards. It was open. Open. Oh, hell. I was excited and it ruined it for me. Alright, well, let's level up at least. Another perk pack. Omar says, what if we were drunk and the apocalypse is just your imagination? That's a pretty big imagination. Or drunk, one of the two. And Pickle Mix says, I wish the building area was a bit bigger. Yeah, it's, it'd be nice if perhaps in the course of expanding, they maybe give you an option of building in bigger areas and, but I don't know how that would work. Like, you can build in big areas when you take over those workshop things and that sort of thing. For those who are wondering what I'm talking about, let's... So, like down here at the power plant, there is a workshop out in the yard that you can take and build. And it does give a nice build area that you can build in. Again, the problem though is pretty much like once you log out, you kind of lose that area. So that kind of sucks. Well, they maybe let me put it here. Haha, I got it. Excellent. I can take this highway road area as my own. Alright, let's see. I have a little bit of concrete, but not a whole lot. Alright, let's see. Oh, I need stairs next. That's what I need. So I think most of the lower level here, well, I'll put one area that has some shutters in it. Omar asks, are there vehicles you can drive? Unfortunately not. I think 76 pretty much suffers from the same issues that were in Fallout 4 and all that, so vehicles and that sort of thing are definitely not available. Pickle Mike says, building a home in the middle of a road. Sneak 100. Something like that. Alright, put our upper floor. Oh, how is my floors are all crooked. Hold on. Let me fix this. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. This one is not, though. No! Oh, that's not what I wanted. Move this there. Move this. I'm very particular at making sure that my floor areas are lined up correctly. Okay. Come on. There we go. Pickle Mike says, you know, I take buildings seriously and I'm going to judge real hard. I am well aware of that, Pickle Mike. You judged me immensely for when I had the stairs that did not line up correctly. Omar says they should add muted horses to ride. Oh, mutant probably is what you meant to say. It's an interesting option. An interesting idea. Let's set this up here as a little defense area. And probably similar over here as well. Okay, the snapping is a little funky here. Alright, we are kind of low on wood now. Can't really do much more. Pickle Mike says, yes, the memory is seared into my brain, damn crooked stairs. And any crafting that we can do, well, we have this little cooking station. Actually, we have a few cooking stations available. Though I like this one. Put it up top, because you know when you're setting up a little place to cook, you don't want it like where you'll smoke up the whole place. The workbench and stuff we can put down here though. So we'll put a workbench there, and we are out of stuff to craft. Let's see. Stash boxes. Throw that one there. Oh, first I want to check and make sure that I have scrapped all of my junk. Looks like it. Alright. Pickle Mike says 8 out of 10. It's still a work in progress, but we'll have to pick up more stuff. But it's at least a start. Oh, wait, one more thing I want to do before I leave. Water. Set up a little water pump. Collect some dirty water. Ah, collecting water gives reds. And we'll make some boiled water. Until we can actually make purified water, which will come in time. Ooh, pumpkin soup. Wait, I forgot. It's under drinks, actually. Alright, so another thing that we need to do is make healing salves here. For that, we need soot flour and blood leaf, along with our boiled water. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Pickle Mike says, I'm able to build a giant water pump, but I don't have a water source for miles. Oh. Well, yeah, I remember from your little settlement that you showed me. It's not a good place for water. Oh yeah, I still have to level up as well. Let's do that here. So we've gotten ourselves to 3 strength. Let's do... I guess we'll do another level of intelligence. Pipe weapons break slower. Radawave removes more radiation. Or hacking. I want to say let's go ahead and do the better pipe weapons. Pickle Mike says, meh, I don't need water, all I need is my view. And Omar says, you cooking food under the stars, we just need some music. Some romantic music? Alright, so we'll do licensed plumber. Oh wait, I can't do it because first aid. Oh, I need more. More intelligence. Oh no, Omar is singing Country Roads in chat. Alright, let's make our way to Dr. Hudson's area. No, I don't want to go into the water. Yeah, Fallout 76 is a very peaceful sort of... Pickle Mike says you should make your way to the bridge. Oh no. I don't want to go to that bridge. Yeah, Fallout 76 is a very peaceful sort of game at times like this, where you're just looking out. You see the stars, you're in the wilderness, and all that. Oh, soot flower, yes. Now we just need blood leaf. Of course, then that peacefulness is destroyed when you go into a little city area and encounter a whole bunch of scorched or that sort of thing. Also, one good thing about doing mouse and keyboard is auto run. You can at least set that and just keep moving. Just gotta enjoy the view a little. Though I definitely do understand where people come from about this game being lonely. Probably if you played this game entirely on your own pretty much, without really playing with other players, you know, the only human interaction you would have would probably be through holotapes. Unless you consider the scorched human interaction, which is a very sad human interaction. Alright, I have a hunting rifle in here, don't I? Yes. It's towards the top. Helvetia? I don't think I discovered this the last time or maybe I did discover it before. Pickle Mike says, I don't know if I've asked this already, but you should try Planetary Annihilation Titans. Definitely something to consider at some point. If only to mess around in it. It looks interesting enough to try, It's just a matter of there's a lot of things already on my docket. You know, the new Crusader Kings expansion just came out, and there's a lot of interesting looking things in that. I do actually like German books. I want to start ordering our books in German and Swiss versions. No one actually reads them anyway, and I think the novelty of buying a book in the native tongues will go over well with the tourists. Apparently, we got a lot of German visitors to this place. Yeah, in the new Holy Fury expansion for Crusader Kings 2, there's some interesting things with, like, the randomized or shattered worlds. Pickle Mike says you can also make custom maps in that game. Oh, I didn't know about that. Cram! Yoink. Uh-oh. Another scorched at this house over here. Also, one question I have, why does this house have power? And like almost everything else doesn't really. Well, this one does too, I guess. I think? Oh, the voting machines have power. Pickle Mike says, I'm planning to get CK2 this Friday, but how much download space does it take? Not a lot. I don't even think it takes like 3 gigabytes worth of space. I think it's like less than that, so you should be able to take care of it unless you are like really, really low on download space. Also, why did... let's see. So those leather right legs are better. Well, might as well equip them then. Lightweight welded raider right arm. Sure. Sturdy leather right arm. Oh well. Raider left leg. Yeah, we could do that. Alright, how many caps do we have? 172, yeah, we have enough that we can return to the camp, scrap some of the stuff, and then fast travel back to Helvetia. And it doesn't look like lowering the graphics options have helped really at all with trying to make this game run smoother. So it looks like we're gonna have to wait until they actually do more updates with it to optimize it and that sort of thing, which is disappointing. Alright. Oh, I want to make a bed here, though. Because one thing that, especially when you're starting out in this game, and you don't have many stim packs, you probably want to make a bed. And then just go ahead and lay down. And then you can regenerate your health. It's slowly, but still, if you're low on stim pack starting out in this game, I kind of recommend it. Like says, okay, but only $9. It's free real estate. I don't quite get your comment on it's free real estate. But yeah, Crusader Kings 2 is only going for $9.99 right now. So if anyone who is watching this stream watches it and notices or has seen my Crusader Kings 2 content and enjoys the game, you know, now's the time to buy it because, you know, it's 75% off from normal. Pickle Mike says, oh, you don't know memes? Oh, yeah, that meme apparently has completely bypassed me. Shame? Oh, I know. I swear I need to do... I might do a... If you ever... Well, you have to upgrade your PC, Pickle Mike, but if you ever do, and you ever get into playing Total War Warhammer 2, you need to definitely get into playing the dwarves, because they have a book of grudges. And whenever you talk about shame, I think of your book of shame you've mentioned. And then I think of you as a dwarf. Omar asked, do you know Stationeers? I do not, actually. Is that like a game? Cheese house. Oh, apparently, I guess Germans do come along this area here. Pickle Mike says, excuse me, what the fuck? How do you even have that type of bed already? I think you get the plans from, like, the Overseer's camp or whatever. And then you just have to actually learn the plan and click on it. What, you don't have that type of bed yet? I admit I was skeptical, but having the robots here to celebrate Fastnacht has actually been very fun. The tourists seem to enjoy them, and it means less work for us. Now if they could only move a little faster. No. How do you not have that bed? Well, you need... Pickle Mike, you need to go to the Overseer's camp. Here's the vault. The camp is probably like somewhere around here. Oh, no, here it is. Overseer's camp, right here. That's where you need to go. Because the plans are, I believe, inside that. Where it says, yes, it's like Minecraft, but in space, moon, planets, but more completed or complicated? And Pickle Mike asked No Man's Sky. I actually haven't played No Man's Sky, but it didn't seem like it had... Well, at the time that I had torrented No Man's Sky just to check it out, it didn't really have much in the way of crafting. Nothing too exciting with crafting anyways. I think they have actually implemented some stuff since then, but I don't know. I asked one of my friends who had played it relatively recently how it was, and they didn't seem too impressed. Pickle Mike says it got better. Oh, okay. Or, well, I don't know. I guess No Man's Sky was one of those games that I kind of wanted to check it out on the channel, you know, because it came out maybe a year into when I was doing the channel, because I think I'm approaching 3 years on the channel now. And it looked nice, you know, before we really started to learn about it. And then as it got closer, it was like, oh no, I don't think this is going to be very good. And then when it came out, it was just kind of crap, and I didn't even feel any desire to check it out. Yeah, Pickle Mike, I know that multiplayer did recently come out in one of the more recent updates. Oh, since we are in Sutton here, we might as well activate personal matters and find the next journal from the Overseer. Ah! Bad rounds, bad. Pickle Mike says it was a dump at the beginning, people hated it. Yeah, I'll say at least I don't think 76 is as bad as No Man's Sky was at launch. I mean, 76 is fun, it's buggy right now. That's my main issue with it. You know, once they take care of the bugs, I think
Hi, Mom.
I'll overall enjoy
Hi,
it.
Dad. I'm home. Sorry it's been so long, but I couldn't get away. I know neither of you is around to hear this, but I miss you. I miss watching Dad grade papers on the living room table. I miss the three of us huddled around the radio, listening to the Silver Shroud. Dad, you were right about what living underground would really be like. 25 years locked in with the same people was a challenge. But watching them pair up, get married, have children, well, I think I got to know a little bit of what you and Mom were always telling me.
Poor Omar, another sad tape, yes.
I'm doing this whole trip down memory lane. Maybe a walk over to the old high school is in order.
Yeah, it does seem like there are a lot of sad tapes in 76 here. Which I guess is kind of understandable given that either you're the Overseer who's just escaped into the world after 25 years, only to see that it's as bad as you thought or worse, or you're like one of the survivors who's gone through and noticed that everything is also just as bad. I will say, though, it does seem like Virginia, based on what we can see, didn't receive the kind of damage that other locations in the Fallout universe have taken. So, I guess that's a good thing. Because as you can see, the land is much more lush, even than Fallout 4. And Fallout 4 was relatively lush. I mean, definitely compared to Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is a complete wasteland. Fallout New Vegas looks a lot like a wasteland, but it's not as grayish, and it probably just resembles a lot of how Nevada looks like now. Pickle Mike says, I think Fallout 4 is way later. Well, it is. Which probably explains why it's more lush then, but being only 25 years on here, I mean, West Virginia looks relatively lush for, you know, having gone through the apocalypse and all that. Also, I think we were doing better with our views on Warhammer, actually, because Pickle Mike and Omar, you're the only two that have really showed up to the stream today. Pickle Mike says they forgot one thing about New California: the fires. It's a good point. Who needs a nuclear wasteland when you got California as it is already burning down? Oh, there's a workshop up ahead here. And I think someone's already trying to get into it. Darn people. Darn you people. Pickle Mike says maybe not enough people saw the announcement. I don't know. I mean, certainly, I do still need to get more people like showing up on the Discord to see the announcements and that sort of thing. So certainly if anyone is watching this who hasn't joined the Discord, the link's in the description below. Go check it out. Omar says, what can I say? I have no money to buy myself a good computer to play the game. R.I.P. me. Poor Omar. Alright. Do I want to try and take this workshop? Is someone hanging around? John Patrick the Fourth is hanging around over there. Pickle Mike says, nobody tried to clickbait yesterday with Warhammer. Yeah, I had the game set up as still on Warhammer yesterday. And so I thought that was the reason I wasn't getting any views, but apparently this isn't doing much better. Alright, well, you know what? We're going to try and take this workshop. Takes 32 caps for it. Other players may initiate PvP with you by attempting to claim it from you. Of course, once we do claim it, then we have to probably fight off some manner of creature around here. Doesn't look like this John Patrick the Fourth person is heading towards us. Alright, we've claimed it. Build defenses and collectors. Well, we have some of these. Oh, wait, turrets, that's what I need. But I should probably do something like this. And then move over, set up a turret here. And let's do a floor here as well. Pickle Mike says, I see famous YouTubers have short titles, maybe try that. Maybe. Oh, I'm still trying to get to know the whole, I guess, thing about how to get, like, you know, bring people in based on all of that YouTube algorithm stuff. Alright, so what do we have here at this airport anyways? Food 5, silver 1, oil 3, water 5, and copper 1. Now my question on that is like... So like here's a copper deposit, and I know you can go into the workshop. Go over to... What is it? Resources? resources. You can go to like the mineral extractor copper and place that down. Also, I think we might have gotten some new plans here. Let me just take a look. Plan kitchen stove. Pickle Mike says, for example, try Warhammer 2 Episode 4. See, I don't know about that. It doesn't seem like doing something like that works out either. To me, that seems like a little more generic of a title. Unless maybe I need to try something generic. I don't know. Because I've done generic titles in the past on some of my stuff. And I don't know if it necessarily did anything either. Let's see, of the defenses, I can kind of put up a gate like that, or a fence. Omar says, have you tried to post on Google Plus communities? Do you do Google Plus? I do not do Google Plus. Google Plus is actually going to be kind of gone soon, I think, so to me there's no point in doing Google Plus since Google announced that they're planning to pretty much shut it down and all. Omar says, yes, 10 months. Oh, I thought it was going to be sooner than that. Alright, so it looks like we have a wave of mole rats approaching us. Yes, defend me, my turrets, defend me. Pickle Mike asks, what's the purpose of Google Plus? So Google Plus is pretty much kind of, it was supposed to kind of be a similar social network to Facebook and that sort of thing. But Google made a lot of errors when it came to Google Plus. For one, I think when it first launched, it was restricted. You had to have someone invite you to Google Plus and that sort of thing. Kind of similar to how they did with Gmail. But it worked with Gmail, it didn't work with Google Plus. Hey, we have a fisher guy who's helping us defend this airport here. Excellent. As long as he doesn't try to claim the airport from us. Let's see. Can we put up... Oh, we can't put up a gate like right there. I was hoping we could. Ah! Pickle Mike says Google also fucked up YouTube. To an extent, yes. I mean, you know, Google did provide a lot of resources to YouTube that YouTube did not have. So that's why you can benefit from having all the HD video and that sort of thing. Of course, the question becomes, did you really need the HD video? Certainly it seems like it's helped with some stuff. Oh, this person is saying hello. I don't remember. Hold on. I have to figure out what the emote stuff is. Emotes, G. Alright. Reward. We got track lighting, some concrete scrap, that sort of thing. Track lighting. I have no idea what that does, but we'll take it nevertheless. Pickle Mike says kill him. If I was a higher level, maybe. But I am not a higher level. It would be a slaughter. Kill them both. Maybe if I had a few more turrets available, I could perhaps look into it. But I do not feel confident of my chances in doing it. Alright. So let's take a look again at resources. So we can do copper, oil, and silver here. Now what sort of generators do we have? We can do a medium generator. Looks like we can build 2 of them. Now, one thing I will say is kind of lacking, or at least I feel doesn't exactly have good direction in this game, is how Bethesda has done these workshop areas. Pickle Mike says, oil, you'll run out fast. Okay. Now I just have to figure out where I go for it. But yeah, these workshop areas that we have here, I like the overall idea, but pretty much like once you log out, you kind of lose your workshop, I think. So that really sucks because, you know, you'll go through all this effort to gain control of this workshop. And then after that, it's just like gone. So, I don't know if there's, a good plan of what Bethesda could do as far as, you know, I mean, we'll test it before we end it here tonight. Just to see if you log out and log back in, if you keep control of your workshop. Also have absolutely no idea where you go to put this oil extractor. Absolutely no idea at all. This doesn't feel good. Because we have, again, the copper mine here. Oh, here we go. I think, okay, there it is. Place it there. Go into generators. Place one generator there, another generator here. Connect them together. And we have an oil extractor going. Should probably do some defenses here, though, for it, too. And just for ease sake, we'll toss our stash box here. Pickle Mike says, I'm going to say it. The turrets here fucking suck. Is it that they get destroyed too easily, or that they really don't do a lot of damage? Or both? Alright, let's continue on while our oil derricks do some work down there. Actually, I do want to check one more thing though. Let's run back over here. Because one thing that you can do with these extractors, once you go into this, into like the edit mode, if you hit F here, at least in with mouse and keyboard, it's F. But you can put in like a level 3 lock here. Let's see, level 1, level 2. Let's just do a level 1 lock, for example. Because that's just spring and steel. Lock it. Now can I access it? Okay. So I can still access this even though it's locked. It's just locked to everyone else then. Pickleback says both as far as the turrets go, and they take their time to respond. Yeah, pretty much all NPCs in this game kind of take their time responding to threats. The Scorched aren't too bad, but I have noticed like the Mr. Farmhands that you encounter not too long after getting out of the vault, they're really sporadic in the way that you interact with them, so. Oh dear, we got a ghoul. Gotcha. I'll say that seems to work relatively decently, all things considered. I mean, yes, it is pretty much an aimbot, but it works when dealing with NPCs and that sort of thing, so. I know it probably doesn't make everyone happy, but I'm relatively pleased with it. Mole rat, I see you. Gotcha. Got you. Omar says you haven't crashed yet, so it seems good. Yeah, I mean, if there's one area that this game isn't buggy in, I'll say it's that it doesn't crash. I haven't had any crashes. I think Pickle Mike mentioned he had like one crash maybe. Pickle, have you had a crash in this game? I can't remember if you said you did or not. And Pickle is also happy that 2 more days until Thanksgiving break. I don't get a Thanksgiving break. Don't grow old. You lose all your holidays. Alright, let's see. Oh dear. No, back. Pickle Meg says, more that my PC died on me. I put the graphics all the way up. Oh yeah. Did it do what it does with Skyrim? That sort of thing? Shut up, Pickle Mike. Rubbing it in with 2 breaks after Thanksgiving break, getting Christmas break. I will say that's one thing I definitely miss about being a kid, is having all those breaks. Especially summer break. And Pickle Mike says, yep, that it did do exactly like what happened with Skyrim. No, that's not where I want to go. Maybe this is where I want to go. Gotcha. Maybe. Gotcha. So you have... oh, you have a lot of stuff on you. An armor-piercing hunting rifle. That's not bad. Oh, a marksman's true pump action shotgun. And a short true laser pistol. We'll grab that too. I don't really need the spiked baseball bat. Although maybe I should grab it. But that's two-handed actually, so never mind. Fire axe is two-handed. The Bowie knife. Nah. Didn't we see the combat knife does more damage? No, it does not actually. 22. Although we can try it just to see. Where's that guy that shot us? Oh, up here. Kinda worked. Omar says, things I miss about being a kid, my happiness, my clean mind, and my hope for the future. Alright, so we're at this AVR medical laboratory. Inoculation project overview. Purpose. Produce a vaccine against the mutagenic effect known as the Scorched Plague. Method. Extract blood samples from 3 candidate creatures, observed to be more resistant to scorched mutagenic effects. Use blood sample analysis to create synthetic antibodies. Candidates are feral ghouls, mole rats, and wolves. Addendum. Project stalled until replacement Type T fuse can be acquired. Request filed with Responder's Quartermaster to obtain replacement. And what about the project journal? I think for this I'll just look at the starting date and the end date. So the starting date, July 6th of 2096. Which is like 9 years before this, from Dr. Claire Hudson. Okay, here we go. One brave doctor taking on the mysteries of the Scorched. How heroic. Truth is, I'm alone. I'm more than a little terrified, and I'm skeptical this whole crazy idea will even work. I think the fundamentals are sound enough, but once I start analyzing the Scorched DNA, who knows what I'll find, or whether I'll even understand it. But I have to try. If I don't, all the people I care about are as good as dead. And if the Scorched start to spread, I don't even want to think about it. At least I can be grateful we found this lab. It has everything I need, provided I can get it all the equipment working. Hey, I got this terminal reprogrammed, and that's a pretty good start. Speaking of which, I'd better start writing that analysis program. No time to... Damn. There's that scratching noise again. I thought we cleared this place out, but I swear there's something moving around in the upper levels. Guess I'd better work fast. The one thing I will say about reading through this, like this hey, and then this no time to dash damn, it sounds like how you would speak, but not how you would type. That kind of irritates me, unless maybe these terminals take stuff in by, you know, dictation or whatever. Pickle Mike says, what made you want to do YouTube? Well, thanks for stopping in, Omar. Saying good luck and don't die. I'll try not to. We don't have... I hopefully won't die in 15 minutes here. So Pickle Mike, what made me want to do YouTube? I guess it's just kind of... I mean, really what made me want to do it was sharing gameplay videos of old Star Wars games. Unfortunately, it kind of, because of the copyright stuff with Star Wars games, I kind of went away from that whole line of thinking. So, yeah. Things kind of got sidetracked from that. Another thing that, I mean, this isn't a... It's not a good thing to focus on. But I would much rather do this as a career than work at the casino. But I understand that trying to do this as a career it takes a lot of work. And I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I'm only basically surpassed 300 subscribers. So you got to get found, you got to get out there, and it's a lot of work to try and make YouTube into a career. So that much I definitely understand. Alright, November 7th, 2096 here. We're too late. I've failed. Was on the radio with Maria just now. She's never seen so many scorch beasts. Hey, it must be like what happened to us, Pickle Mike. She says the sky above the airport's dark with them. They're not attacking, not yet. Waiting on their scorched foot soldiers to arrive. Maybe. Clever bastards. And of course, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel on ammo and stims. So this couldn't come at a worse time. So what the hell do I do now? Down here, alone. I might eventually be able to finish the vaccine. I can't help the fire breathers anymore. But maybe, someday, the vaccine will save lives. Assuming anyone's left. If I can make it back to the airport, I could save lives today. Or maybe tomorrow. Or whenever the battle comes. And it will come. Shit. I can't stay here. It might be suicide trying to make it the trip on my own. But I can't turn my back on everyone I care about. Not when they need me the most. Not when I'm the one who failed to play her part in our plan to stop the scorched before it came to this. If anyone finds this, then get those blood samples, load them into the centrifuge, and run the DNA analysis. The rest is pretty automatic. Good luck. Alright, well, we gotta find these blood samples from a mole rat, feral ghoul, and a wolf. We also have to collect a replacement type T fuse. So pretty much we have a lot of work to do. But since we're approaching the end today, I think we'll do all of that on the next stream that we do. Which reminds me, I should probably look at what my plan is here. Hold on a moment. Pickle Mike says, lonely roads, we need friends so that we don't commit suicide. That's my Country Roads remix. I don't know what to say to that, Pickle Mike. Alright, so my original plan kind of got a little off because the beta turned into something different. So let's see. So my general plan that I put down would be streaming Total War Warhammer 2 on Thursday and Monday. And then Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be Fallout 76. So I think that's what we're going to do. So this coming Thursday, well tomorrow we're going to actually be doing the, we're going to be going back to the Vampire Coast roleplay. Then Sunday, I think Sunday we'll do our mess around day in Fallout 76. Oh dear, we're being attacked. That's probably a bad idea to use that thing. Pickle Mike says maybe try 76 and see if more people come. I don't know. I think we'll do probably Warhammer tomorrow. Because at least with Warhammer, I can do the engagement with like you and the other people who have characters. Pickle Mike says if 76 isn't doing well, only do it one day. It's something to consider, depending on how 76 will do. I'll do another week of doing 3 days of 76. And if it doesn't look like it's going to work out, then maybe I'll reconsider my plans for it. Alright, put all of that in there. And I did say I wanted to log out and see this. Okay, so right now if we look at Wade Airport, it's claimed by Newbie Plays. So we're going to exit to the main menu. Because I want to test this to see. Again, I'm pretty sure that you lose control. Pickle Mike says, like I said, always have a plan B. Oh, there's always a plan B. I mean, speaking of Star Wars games, I have kind of wanted to do something with Empire at War. I know there's quite a few YouTubers that have done stuff with that. And it's a fun game, so something to consider at least. I just can't do it with Star Wars music, which kind of sucks, but... And then there is also the new Stellaris expansion coming out. That will be... Well, we don't know when it's coming out yet, but Paradox has released the Holy Fury expansion for Crusader Kings 2. So imagine probably a couple weeks at least, and then they might be getting ready to do the next Stellaris expansion. And one thing I am definitely going to be checking out, and probably doing a whole series on, is the Star Wars Fallen Republic mod. Alright, so yep, if you log out and log back in, you do lose access to the airport. So that kind of sucks. But, it is what it is, so... Alright folks, that is going to be it here for today. Hope you enjoyed, for those who are looking at this later on. Also, don't forget to check us out tomorrow, where we'll be going back to Total War Warhammer 2, the little roleplay campaign there. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon, and also check out the Discord. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you all next time. Oh no, Tyler, you came in too late. Tyler, just be sure to check out Warhammer 2 tomorrow. Or you can check out this stream once it finishes uploading. Alright folks, good night.